Hello, this is Pastor Mark from the Community Church of Glen Rock, New Jersey. And this is our continuing community church conversations. Today, we got lucky. We got two of the greatest saints of this church here with us, Janet and Ed Chen. They were some of the first people I met after coming here. What a story they have to tell. I'll give you a hint. They started out Baptist. So, how did a nice Baptist couple like you get here in the Reformed Church? Please tell me the story.
Well, in Glen Rock, this area, there aren't many Baptist churches actually. And when we moved to Glen Rock in 1973, our neighbors said, "Oh, why don't you come to church with us?" It was a Lutheran church, and we went to the Lutheran church, and we discovered that there's a big difference between Lutherans and Baptists. Anyway, so they suggested that we try community church,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the best fit for us. It was really a wonderful church we had. We were greeted well and all. We had a large congregation at community church with about 200 or 300 people. Services were packed. Quite a difference than now. I mean, we're trying to build our church
Mm-hmm.
maybe back up to 100,
Mm-hmm.
right? Believe?
Well, I'm thinking 1,000, but yeah, well, we got to
Right,
hit 100 along the way.
right.
Yes, some people are afraid it might be time to merge as opposed to build up. And yeah, we'll have to see which is the better path ahead. But you folks have been in church here since the 70s then.
Correct.
Well, what kind of jobs have you done around here? Probably everything, right?
Well, we've both been on consistory. Both
Mhm.
of us have been deacons and elders. Edward is now involved with property. I was on worship
Mhm.
ministry for a long time, and it eventually dissolved. And so, but I still pick up things like recruiting lay readers to read scripture.
Mhm.
Um, I'm involved in the women's ministry now, and when we joined, there were two groups of women. There was the Women's Guild, the older women at that time.
Yes, yes.
I was young. And there was a group that was formed called the Discovery Group, which met in the evenings.
Really?
The guild met during the day
Mm-hmm.
because most of the women, we were working at that time. Well,
Okay.
we had kids, so
Sure.
the evenings were best. And eventually we merged. So we're trying to carry on activities for the women.
And you're doing a fine job.
Thank you.
That you are. Yes, you guys are still pretty active.
Yes.
And on property, it's looking good, this property. It's a lot to manage. And I love the lay readers you come up with each Sunday in church. They are really terrific.
However, my list is getting shorter and shorter.
Well, in baseball, you have what, a four-man rotation for pitching? If there's 4 Sundays in a month, you really only need four.
You know,
That can work.
yeah. Fortunately, my list is a little bit longer than four.
Okay. And I'm sure my wife Pam would be happy to be a reader for you also.
Okay,
If you
I'll tell
need.
her that you volunteered.
Yes, she has done a little public speaking.
Yes, I
Yes.
gathered that.
Yes. Now, this Sunday is something special. We have Communion Sunday, plus it's All Saints Day. I bet you remember the folks we'll be honoring who've gone into Jesus' nearer presence. You'll be you remember all those folks.
Yes, we do. Many of the folks that we
A lot of members of the congregation.
Yes,
that we've not
have
gone,
gone on.
right?
yes. So we will be honoring the folks who have passed on the last 2 years. And we'll be remembering them, and then we'll be holding Holy Communion as well. So yeah, it's going to be very, very busy. And that is a segue into an invitation. We're going to be inviting friends and relatives of those who've been deceased from our congregation the last 2 years to church this Sunday. If you know those folks, please come and help us remember them. Also, come to church this Sunday and you can meet some real power couples like Ed and Janet here. And if you really want to meet a power guy, we have communion. And you can be in the very real presence of Jesus Christ. I bet you're worried about the election, right? Everybody is, no matter which political side you're on. And I bet you're worried about the economy. Everyone is. The poor to the millionaires, everyone's worried. We could offer you the peace that only Jesus Christ can give. So if you want peace from this crazy world, right here, Community Church of Glen Rock, 10 o'clock, we honor and remember those who've entered God's nearer presence and will be hosted by God Himself. At God's dinner table, we call it the communion table. And you get to meet Ed and Janet. Come out, 10 o'clock, please. You have any final words of wisdom for young kids like me?
Nothing, thank
Thank you for being on.